Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at IamFote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Diamonds on the neck, that diamonds on the neck, did diamonds on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to a Tuesday, the 31st day of 2023, and January is in the books. This is it. January is in the books. Welcome, everybody. We got a third square. I think in like a week, we'll have a fourth square. We'll be fully squared. We'll be fully squared soon. But she's back in the building. We got Sexy Mo was in the area again. Good morning, Sexy Mo. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Oh. Say I'm good again. Uh-oh. Good morning, Ashley. Good. Okay. Good morning, Ashley Newman. Good morning, Shawnee Scott. How are you?
My audio off?
Good morning.
Nikki White Chocolate. Good morning, Ash. Happy nasty Tuesday. Okay, yeah, everybody's complaining about the weather. Relax. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. All right, so since we ain't seen Mo in a few days, Mo, we gonna start with you. How was your night?
Well, I spent it traveling back here. I am coming from the Windy City, Chi-Town. I was in Chicago.
If you don't know by now.
Right. The snow there and the cold was ridiculous. Like it was on another level type of cold.
When it comes to cold, Chicago is in a different country. Like Chicago obviously is but it's a different country in Chicago.
That's the same score.
I did
if you didn't buy your coat from Chicago, you cold. Like,
you cold.
cold.
We did a show at a college, then we went to Chicago. It was outside of Chicago, and then we drove to Chicago, and I got out the car and we made a left down the street, and the cold hit me so bad that when we walked into the comedy club, which was packed, they were like, well, you want to get on? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, well, we can put you on in like 5 minutes. I said, no. No, I'm cold. And they're like, what you want to drink? I said, do you have hot chocolate? Like, that was the first time I ever went to a comedy club.
That's hot chocolate.
I said, do y'all have hot chocolate? I was saying, whatever liquor you want to put in the hot chocolate. I kept my coat on. I've never been that cold in my life, like ever. And I like Chicago. Yeah. I really do. In the summertime and in the spring, I could not live in. Well, let me say I could not. If you pay me enough, I could do just about anything. Right. But yeah, so you was in Chicago. How was the trip out there to Chicago? I guess it was work, huh?
It was great, actually. I did an all black everything weekend, so which means that I ate black all weekend. I patronized nothing but black businesses, and I wanted to shout out this new restaurant, female black owner, called Soul. You have to make a reservation to get into even pizza places there. You got to make a reservation to sit down. So met her. She was really, really hospitable. Food was awesome. Service was awesome. Where else did we go? Oh, we went to somewhere called Ooh Wee. There it is, Mike. And they had a cereal bar.
That's who we were meeting with last night. That's who we're meeting with. Ooh-wee.
So we ate at Ooh Wee. There it is, and it was the food. First of all, the portion sizes was awesome. We had Hennessy glazed shrimp. It was in the pocket.
Wow.
You know how you take a bite of your food, the first bite, and you be like, damn.
Wow, that's ironic because Shawnee and Big are meeting. We're meeting with supposed to meet with that individual who owns that place, is trying to make it a tourist attraction in Chicago. They're meeting with them, with
I have
that gentleman.
pictures. I have pictures. It's amazing. Love the restaurant. Love the atmosphere. The whole vibe of the restaurant is really nice. They
Oh,
have this punch.
so didn't you happen to meet that person at the Survivors Ball? The person who owns it?
You know what? I may have, but it was just a happenstance that we
Wow.
chose that restaurant for again, all black everything.
All black
Wanted to
everything.
make sure I patronize black restaurants during my stay in Chicago.
Oh, that's dope.
And they didn't disappoint. Didn't disappoint. Money well spent.
Oh, that is the best when they don't disappoint, because ain't nothing
Didn't
worse.
disappoint.
There's nothing worse than hearing about something in a city for a long time, and then you get to the city and you do it, and you with a group of people, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I told you this was it," and in your mind you're like, "Yeah, this is just all right, y'all," but you don't want to say it because you don't want to be that. I'm not that person. I don't want to downplay anything, but that's good that they met the qualifications. They lived up to the standards.
They were amazing. The staff was even nice. Like, everybody was upbeat. You know how you go somewhere.
Oh, nice.
And they act like, what you want to order? We ain't got that. No, they were like, really, you want something else to drink? Are you good? Your food's coming out and everything is made fresh. So, you're going to wait a little bit because everything is fresh. I loved it.
Well, that's good. That's good. They broke the stereotype, because we always claim we don't, our service isn't up to par and everything. So that's good. That's absolutely good. I'm glad to hear that went down and that you had. Yes, James. The cold weather in Chicago and Detroit is great. It is not great. Let me tell you, it is. I don't know how y'all function. I see why y'all be mad in them cities. I be mad too. I'd be mad too in them cities. I do not do cold. I promise you. I pray every day that my dream of retiring in a warm and waking up on the beach happens. It's gonna happen. But congratulations, all black everything went down.
I did do the Tilt building. If you guys want to know, where you stand
on
the thing, and you tilt, the window come out, and you gotta hold on for dear life because it's
I don't.
How was it? How did you feel?
Well, first of all, I felt like I had to hold on like really strong.
She felt like a white person. That's what she felt like, doing white people shit. That's what she felt like. She felt like a damn white person. Go ahead. No disrespect to my white brothers and sisters.
It was called Tilt and Sip. So you get to go and you walk around the 360 Chicago building, and a lot of historical stuff. They didn't leave a lot of the black history out. They had a lot of black history up there. But the ride itself, I should have drank first, because they give you a complimentary drink with your ticket. So I should have drank first and then went on it.
Why? Why?
Because then maybe I wouldn't have held on. So I felt like I was like bracing myself.
You should.
All my weight.
You should.
And the thought in my mind was like, it'll be just my luck that like something happens to this.
Yes. And that's how you should think. No, I'm proud of you for thinking like a grown up. When the World Trade Center was still around, and I guess I don't know. It's sad when I say the World Trade Center. Windows of the World, the club. There was a club called Windows of the World.
Yes.
And they had the windows, and cats would go on the window, and it wasn't technically a tilt thing, but people would get on the windows and do this thing where they would, you feel like, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Wow, you know how disrespectful that is to God, for you to be like, yo, let me just lean on this window and
just gonna test it out today.
Just gonna test it out that it is sturdy, and that is no way that something. No, and that'd be my luck. Kathy Black and Miles. Good morning, everybody. It's cold. Is it cold out there? It was a nice day yesterday out here too. We have a delay going to work, but I'm hoping for a total cancellation. Go ahead, Kathy Black and Miles. That's real talk. There you go. That's real talk.
I'm hoping for a total cancellation of school today too, because I definitely don't want to take that ride. But
everything's closed here today.
But
that doesn't take much for Texas, because Texas,
they was like, it's in the 20s.
Yeah, in the 20s for real.
Well, I wish I would go to school today. Ain't nobody going to school up in this bitch today. It's in the 20s. It's winter time. It's supposed to hit the 20s. Mo, that's my type of shit. Just Nikki White Chocolate. I've ridden roller coasters on the top of the Stratosphere in Vegas. Yeah, I made the mistake and did that.
That's the
dumb
problem, Nikki. I don't ride scary rides. That was like the big thing. Like I was proud of myself that I got on that little thing because I don't do roller coasters.
The Stratosphere, is that the roller coaster? Mike, I didn't watch Soul Man. Is that the roller coaster by New York, that goes around there? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, I made them, and I get on roller coasters, but I made the mistake of getting on, and it wasn't the worst roller coaster. I just don't like being able to see all of Vegas like that. I don't like to be that high, like in the air. Like I would rather be high on the floor and whatever. But yeah, okay, the Stratosphere. But I don't do heights, but I love roller coasters. Just I like being scared, but I'm not doing like bungee jumping, no shit like that. Shorty Scott, how was your night?
It was painful.
It was painful.
Yeah. Yeah. What did I do? I watched TV and laid in the bed. That's all I
got no
can
sound effect for that because that was like like that was a.
Oh, wait a minute! I had to go.
It was like a rule.
Shorty in so much pain that I can't. I'm not even gonna ask her to hit the sound effect.
Yeah, I thought Mike had some control or something over there.
No.
She perked up when she saw you. When she saw you, she perked up.
Nah, but like to talk, laugh, like you don't think about the muscles you use in your stomach. So if I'm just still and I don't move, then I'm good.
Mike, no jokes today. I make Shawnee laugh.
So that's my remix. Be still. Don't move around. But you never know. Like I feel bad because your abdomen and all that takes that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
You scratch your head, you be like, oh.
Yeah, that's her core. Yeah.
Like real talk. You do anything. You hold the phone. Like I'm trying to play my little game. I have to find a way to hold the phone. Because if I hold it a certain, then I have to sit in the bed a certain way. It's crazy.
Bobby, what up?
I need you to be high until this.
No. I need her to be high, but you gotta stay. You're not on the phone with her when she high. You're not on the phone. You're not on the phone with her.
I wasn't high last night.
When the loopy loop comes, you're not. Shawnee start talking about something on you. Just be on FaceTime and start talking about something, but don't give you the background. And she'll be like yelling at something. I'm like, who is Greg? Right? Greg. Come to find out she's scrolling. And she getting all that. I'm like, yo,
rolling that damn dog.
Who you talking about? Greg. I said, B-word, I don't know who Greg is. There is no Greg over here. I don't even understand why I'm saying. Nikki White Chocolate. Johnny definitely praying for a speedy recovery. Thanks for being the great producer that you are. Oh, you taking shots at Jay Black because he's not here? That's what it is?
Yes, because Shawnee should be convalescent and Jay Black is the one that's,
Well, Jay Black
Jay just put the comments up.
Yeah, he puts the comments up. He is a producer. Where's Jay Black? Jay Black is working.
No,
Jay Black has got meetings. He's got important meetings all week long.
He eats bacon.
He says.
He got more bacon in. They got bacon in.
Shout out to Lady Q. We'll see if Lady Q chimed in yesterday. We'll see if she'll chime in today and give her views and opinions. What the Q comments brought to you by Woke Up Inspired. My day was great. Oh, I think I don't want to put this in the universe. I think my first complaint for a customer is coming.
What?
A white lady got mad, but y'all be proud of me. Instead of responding, I didn't say nothing, but I think my silence was more ignorant than what I could have said.
Yeah, you probably looked at her crazy though.
No, I looked right back down at the computer and just kept doing what I was doing because there was nothing else I could do. If I would have opened my mouth, I would have called that lady every bitch, and it wouldn't have been a loud one. It would have been a. All right, this is a quick because I want to get to these stories. This is a quick thing of what happened. So I worked Saturday. What's the topic? Give us a second, Culture. There is no topic yet. All right. James, here's a joke for Shawnee. People wanted to change the name of the Dallas Cowboys to the Dallas Tampons because they're only good for one period with no second string.
Oh man.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why Dallas just doesn't understand. Anyway, so the lady comes in on Saturday, right? And I'm working the front laptop. And the front laptop means you see me first. You see me first, and I'm da. So the lady came in, and I'm a streamline this story like this. When you come in, sometimes Amazon is full of shit. Everybody, I know people, I feel bad for you because Amazon is full of shit with the returns on how they make it, and it's very unclear on how they do it. And they know they can make that system a lot simpler. But there's a label that you have to get that, boom, goes on your package. So sometimes Amazon gives you a Q code where you won't need the label. And I just scan it, and then it comes up, and boom, you ain't got to do nothing. I take it from you. Boom. Well, I told the lady on Saturday, I said, you don't have a Q code because you have an actual UPS label in your phone that has to be printed out. We can print it out for you for $3. You're here right now.
It went up?
Yes, it's $3. Now, if you want to go home, that's on you. But you do know by the time you drive home and by the time you drive back, you have probably spent at least $3 in gas. So you might as well. But I said, go ahead. I said, they'll do it for you. They'll do it for you. So she left. She said, no. Mind you, she had like 15 returns. We did everything like that. And I said, you sure? We done did all these returns. You sure you just want to take care of this one, right? No, I'm good. I'm going to come back. So that's all we said. But she didn't ask me anything else because I got people right behind her. I ain't got time to be your guidance counselor when it comes to the damn UP, when it comes to mailing something out. I'm coach. What was that? I just read her name. Is Nikki White Chocolate?
Nikki's name was White
Damn, chocolate of the opposite. Yes. You'll get to know Nikki White Chocolate. She'll be here every morning. As long as you come, she'll be here too. So she left and she came back yesterday. Now, yesterday, because it was January 30th and today's the cutoff for most of the Amazon returns for Christmas. So today's going to be crazy, right? Yesterday was the beginning of the craziness. So she comes in. She says, I made the label. I said, good job. But what she brought she ain't have a bag. She ain't have she just literally brought and went. She gave me the label and some clothes. And I'm like, this is going to be a problem. Because now I'm going to have to tell her she's going to pay for something for that to go into something.
For the bag? What kind of UPS store are y'all?
No, because once again, this is not us. It's Amazon. I said, I hope when I click it, it says, so I click it. And so now it wasn't even closed. It was some type of box, some type of thing she had, but it wasn't the original what it came in. It doesn't have a label on it. That's how we can tell it doesn't have a label on it. This ain't the original box. Boom. Okay, cool. I said, miss, I have to talk to my supervisor because I have a funny feeling you're going to have to pay for this. That's not what you told me on Saturday. I said, stay right there. So I went to my supervisor because I'm tired of trying to look out for people. Because every time I look out for people, because there's a way you can finagle where I can take care of the box. But that's not, they're in for profit. And little Michael Shawn ain't got no pull here. I'm not hosting a comedy show. I'm just one of the little peasants that are just sitting there, and they come at me on some. Oh, you got to make sure you charge them for packaging. Cool. So I said my supervisor's name, and I wanted to make sure she heard what the supervisor. She was very blunt. No, she got to pay. She just said it like that. She got to pay. So I go back. I said, well, you heard what she said. Then I said, well, you heard what she said. So sorry about that. So she looks at me and goes, next time you give somebody advice, why don't you tell them everything they have to do? Now, in my mind, I wanted to say, in what part of America did you think you would take this somewhere and we would pack this shit for free, bitch? Like, when did you think we would pack this for free? What do you get for free? McDonald's don't get you free fries unless you got a specific code or it's a sale or nothing. Ain't nothing for free up in here. When you go to the supermarket right now, you got to pay for a bag to put your groceries in, unless you bring the bag that you've been bringing. This is in Jersey. I don't know what's going on in Texas. You got to pay extra. But when she said it, I looked at her and I went right back to my computer and started typing. And there was nothing. I wasn't typing nothing. I just wanted to be an asshole.
You know what you should have whispered? Bitch, I'm not even supposed to be here.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, that deserves a sound effect.
That's not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here.
Wait a minute, I'm late on the sound effect.
Damn it! You know damn instructions on about what you shoulda, coulda, did. You ain't even be there.
Dude. But I never said a word.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. Maybe I missed something. So she came in on Saturday and didn't come back till yesterday?
Yeah, she came in on Saturday.
Oh,
I told her we were open on Sunday. She came today. And then she said, don't worry, but never mind, don't worry about it because I'm going someplace else. So the fuck what? Who cares?
So she put the label and went somewhere else?
Yeah, she said, I'll get the packaging and I'll go some. Who cares?
The funny thing is there's an option that on Amazon that you can click on, and she could have did it right there from the store. She could have clicked on it. It would have just gave her the code, the QR code, and she could have chose no packaging. There's but she didn't read.
Everybody,
she didn't read.
People who know how to do the return, I compliment you. People who know how to do the returns, it's like a course that somebody should teach on YouTube. Like somebody would really get like 1 million views if you
why
just
don't you do that?
Because I don't even know them all.
Maybe I'll do it.
I don't even know them all because
you can put your little uniform on.
Oh yeah,
and do that. That would be cute, right?
And that's what I wanted to tell her when she said, I'm going to go someplace else. I said, bitch, I got a name tag. Do you think I care? Do you think I care? Do you think I'm making profit off the profits? No. You know how much money I'm making? There's a sign outside that shows you how much money I'm making because they still hiring for. That's how much money I'm making up in here, Miss White Lady. And I was very nice to you because I explained a bunch of stuff to you when I had a line of like 10 people and I was being very ma'am and all this other stuff and everything like that. So I have a funny feeling because this is what I've learned. And black people do it too, but white people have mastered this. They do write complaints. Like they do go up, and I can tell this lady's about that life. She somehow or another, there's going to be something. Because when she said, I'll go someplace else, she wants to let somebody know she went someplace else. So she walked out. I was cool. Because the next lady, because for every, and I hate that I do this, for every person that you deal with who's an ass or is in a bad mood or is whatever, there are like 10 other people who are super pleasant and super nice that you can have a conversation with while you're doing your job, while you're doing all the stuff, and you can have a conversation. One lady brought a dog in. We got a conversation with the dog and all this other stuff. Another lady. So there are a bunch of nice people out there. Nikki White Chocolate said, that happened to me in Macy's. That's why we don't shop here anymore. I smiled and said, next. Exactly. So what? I know that's the ultimate way of getting at people. I know you think that's the ultimate, but the people that you're dealing with, until you get the supervisor, till you get that person who never comes out, they always in the back. They because they're not supposed to come out. They ain't trying to deal with that. They own the place. That's why they paying everybody else. Coco of the luxury taste word. All right. So anyway, that was my experience yesterday, and the rest of the day went fine. It was just super busy. So let's get to these stories because Mo got to be out of here, and we'll be good. But thanks, Mo's back in the building. Let's see, where do we want to start?
It's 6:37. So do you want to start with
7:37 Eastern Standard Time? Okay, real quick before we get into allegedly, can we shout out? I'm not an Eagle fan, but I said congratulations to Mo and Jay Black for the Eagles going to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs, and who the NFL made sure was going to be in the Super Bowl. The NFL made sure they made their phone calls to the refs, allegedly, and they decided that the most embarrassing display of really trying to get somebody to the Super Bowl happened in that Kansas City Chiefs Cincinnati Bengal game. But in good news, something I didn't know. I don't know if y'all know this. First, everybody probably does know. If you don't know, this is the first Super Bowl in history that 2 black quarterbacks will be starting the game in history. Everybody's applauding that.
Quarterbacks from where?
I don't know. They're from Texas. Oh, they're from Texas. That's probably why they let them in. But cool. They're from Texas. So that's the one thing. The second thing I didn't know which I don't give the NFL any credit. It's 2023. You're going to tell me it took that long for 2 black quarterbacks in the league that's 70, over 70% black. It took that long for y'all to allow quarterbacks to actually do their thing and be there. But cool. Y'all want to tap yourselves on the shoulder. Go ahead. Y'all do your thing. Jalen Hurts, the starting quarterback from the Philadelphia Eagles, has the first black female agent to ever be an agent for a quarterback in the NFL.
Can we clap it up?
Yeah. So that I thought that was very dope. Who's LeBron's boy? In the same way as Rich Paul has rocked out with LeBron and is one of the most powerful sports agents. This lady, Nicole Lynn, I want to shout you out because it's just the beginning, especially if he wins the Super Bowl. So I'm sure there are clients lining up. It doesn't hurt that she's attractive. It doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that's the reason. She's obviously super capable, and Jalen Hurts is about to get paid because he's still on a rookie contract. So I think this is his 3rd year. So I think he has 1 more year under the rookie contract, which means if he gets the Super Bowl, they're gonna have to renegotiate during the offseason to get him his $50 million a year. So God bless, get your commission, make it happen. All right, if you're ready for allegedly, I just want to make sure we get to these stories while Mo's here. Give me them 2 stories, and Mo, let's get at it. It's allegedly with Sexy Mo. Mo.
Wait a minute.
You the one who brought it up. You brought it up.
I gotta get to the things though.
How you bring it up, but you ain't ready? You the one who's
because I have to switch pages. You know, if you would just click the button in, you could learn how to do this too. But you won't.
Don't put my job responsibilities on me now. Don't put that. Don't try to put them duties on me just because you came on Saturday.
Oh, there it is, right there.
You like the white lady. I explained to you we was going to allegedly.
Let's get this mother crawl.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Allegedly, with Sexy Mo, powered by Media Room 360 TV.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we reserve the right to retract any statement Sexy Mo says because we ain't saying this is the gospel. We ain't saying this is all factual. We just saying she was scrolling and she has a technique of scrolling and getting the stuff that most people can't get to. Sexy Mo with allegedly.
Well, Michael Shawn is guns and drugs and unicorns. Oh my. We're starting this week off crazy, but you know, we're gonna get through it. So my sources tell me that Tory Lane's assault victim is now backpedaling and wanting the judge to possibly throw out the settlement order that he signed against Tory Lanez for assault. So he said that he was actually forced to sign this settlement agreement by some guys who brought Tory Lanez settlement to him and brandishing a gun. Basically, he said allegedly, you know, he was presented with a document that was drafted by Tory Lanez in order to sign the agreement. He said he was told not to contact his lawyer when he said, hey, I think I need my lawyer to read this and review the agreement. He said that he arrived to find like Tory Lanez with a man who works for him. He said this is the same guy who basically was ordered to attack him at the nightclub. So he said he just did it because he was scared. So he said he only signed because he was under duress. Now, I guess in the midst of Tory Lanez being, sentenced and stuff, now he's like, I think I want to retract. I think I want to, throw this settlement out. People are going to come after his money.
When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours. So I'm going to be looking
that.
for this story to see how it unfolds. Of course, it hasn't hit the courts yet, but this guy is hoping that the judge throws this out, the settlement out, even though he signed the papers. He's now saying that he's basically signed it under duress, which could actually happen to have the judge take another look. If he invokes an attorney, he could actually have the settlement agreement revisited.
I hope the judge sees through this because I don't care if you were intimidated by them to begin with. Once you got out, you took the money, and once you got out of the situation, you could have went straight and started pressing charges. But you was like, yeah, that's a good amount of money. I don't know how much money he probably got.
It's undisclosed. It's undisclosed, but
you could intimidate me for $30,000. I'm good. I'm signing.
So,
as long as you don't shoot me. Go ahead, Shawnee.
I can miss something. So who is trying to give back the
So basically his assault victim Prince.
Where are you laughing at, Frank?
Because you've been confused on everything today. I missed something. This is like the third time. Excuse me.
This happened
Is
a
this
while
thing on?
ago.
Is this thing on? I just want to say I missed something.
That's okay,
I
Shawnee.
mean,
This
I
happened.
got lost in it because I heard her Tory Lanez, so I'm thinking Tory Lanez is trying to get something back, and then I heard you say
Tory Lanez was the alleged assaultee
this
in
is
this case,
different.
and so Prince,
Okay.
of course, was trying to take him to court. They drew up some type of settlement papers. Prince signed it,
Mm-hmm.
and he went about his merry way with his money. Now he's backtracking, saying basically he signed it under duress because when the guys presented the paper to him, he wasn't allowed to consult his lawyer. He had a gun to his head, and basically forced to sign these documents. So now that Tory Lanez is locked up, he's coming back and trying to, finagle some other type of deal. But I don't know if this is going to work for him. But certainly, if he does lawyer up, it could be revisited in court.
Now, I have no factual evidence on the statement I'm about to make, but it probably happened. It probably did happen. It sounds about right. Like a lot of people forget, and Tory Lanez is lucky that these prosecutors. Tory Lanez was talking a lot of tough shit and intimidated one dude in LA. I forget who it was when he was in the truck, allegedly, because I forget the video that they had posted of him punking this dude. And mind you, Tory Lanez is my size. Like
I want to say he's shorter than you.
He's smaller than you.
He's smaller.
Tory Lanez is smaller than you.
Yeah, just
smaller than me.
Yeah, because I'd fight Tory Lanez, but that's not a big deal.
Tory Lanez is like my height. I think Tory Lanez is smaller than me.
Yeah.
But I believe and he's lucky they didn't bring them little videos that he was posting when he did intimidate the dude. But the fact of the matter is, you only doing this because somebody put a comment. You probably did spend the money, because it might have been less than 20. It might have been like a $10,000 hit, like just 10,000 real quick. We give you 10,000 right there. It could have been a 10,000. And now I think about it, the situation I'm in right now.
Who ain't got no money.
Yeah, the situation I'm in right now, I think I take the 10,000 too. I think I take that. I might take the 1,500. I might take the 1,500. I don't know. I might sign for the 1,500. I'll thump Tory Lanez and give him a concussion. See, we all would fight Tory Lanez. See, that's the unfair thing. We all fight Tory Lanez. We just won't fight 50. That's all. That's all it is. So this is a whole different thing other than the Megan Thee Stallion thing. So now he got to pay his lawyers some extra money. What's that, Shawnee? Is that you? Who said that? Who's Sky? Yeah, Sky, what up? Shawnee's back in the building. Now he got to pay the lawyers more money. Obviously, he ain't working. Obviously, he can't get no extra bread. So whatever bread you got now, that is the full. That's all we got. That's all we got to fight.
For Tory Lanez, he has NFTs, he has other investments. So although he's not performing, he does have other streams of income. He is, when it comes to like the business side, he has ventured off into other stuff. However, you still you don't know when your next meal ticket is coming from the music biz. You still want to tighten your purse strings, and you're not trying to give somebody who you've already settled a bill up with. It's kind of like you finishing up your food at a restaurant and you done paid and you done tipped, and then 5 months later somebody be like, yo, you remember when you ate here? I think you owe us a little bit more money. We need a little bit more money for that food. Like, nah, what?
But whoever's running his NFTs and the organization, I doubt that they're efficient, because when he needed to get bailed out, he asked old girl that was in the truck and the phone, just make sure you bail me out. He didn't even have an emergency phone call that he could have made.
Mike, maybe he didn't want to call his dad and tell him.
First of all, it's not supposed to be your dad. It's not supposed to be your dad. It's supposed to be a person.
Financial person.
It's supposed to be a financial person or a go-to person that you call that's on speed dial to go, yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not even trying to brag. I even had a go-to lawyer.
Yes.
That I had to.
You call this person.
That I had to call twice.
Yeah.
Y'all better stop playing with Tory before he shoots your pinky toe off. Stop. Y'all stop. We're not here to bash Tory Lanez. We're not here to crack jokes about Tory Lanez. So I actually feel bad, because anybody who's been in jail for any amount of time, I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't care if it's 12 hours. It is torture.
Have they sentenced him yet?
So, of course, he's doing an appeal. So
Mhm.
his sentencing has not happened yet, to my acknowledgement. Um, but I do know that they are appealing the verdict.
All right, go ahead. Get to the next one. Get to the next one, girl, because I want you on this topic.
So,
As what?
Because I want her to be. I want her to be here for. I want all three of us to be here for these topics.
Oh, okay.
so I don't know why
Are you
people are
confused
coming.
by that? Did you miss something?
Yeah, I did. I missed
You're not
a
gonna
lot.
come at my girl like that. Don't be coming at my girl like that.
I missed a lot. No.
What you mean topics? We got topics.
But I'm gonna take it back to Texas, Houston.
Now
That
Sky
is.
got jokes. Sky got jokes. Send his ass down the lane. Stop playing, Sky. Hey, why we got to joke about Tory Lanez? He's already bad right now. This is not when you joke. You try and uplift the man. Jesus, good. We talking about beating his ass. I fight him. Go ahead.
Talking about lanes, Michael Shawn. Lanes and lines. My sources tell me that Beyonce's alleged bodyguard or previous bodyguard is spilling all the tea.
I
Yeah,
saw.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
claims that and Beehive, don't come at me because don't shoot the messenger. My sources tell me that he says that she's on drugs.
Yeah, I saw the video.
And I ain't talking about smoking a little weed. I ain't talking about that.
Allegedly.
But of course, in that world, it's no
Definitely has
surprise.
access to it.
She has access to any drug that she
Mhm.
could possibly want, and then even drugs that we probably never even heard of before. However, she's kind of well, not kind of, she's R&B royalty, pop royalty. So people look at Beyonce and they look at her like she's wholesome. They don't want to think of her being associated with using drugs. But again, right, look what happened to Whitney. I get it. But yeah, so he's spilling all of the tea, and I'm just waiting to see if they're going to put a gag order on him or try to shut him up or shut him down in some type of way. A lot of people are starting to come out, like former employees, even though she has them sign an NDA. Anybody who works for her signs an NDA. So I'm just trying to figure out, how are all of these people circumventing that process and coming out?
Because the
sometimes they forget to give them to certain people.
Sometimes they forget to give them, and then sometimes you just break them because the stuff they is true, and if it's something illegal, the NDA doesn't. And from what I was told, it doesn't count if something was going on that was illegal, that was going against the law. You can't make somebody sign an NDA before you rob a bank and think they're not gonna snitch on you. Like, if something's going on, that is totally. So you're right. If the man keeps talking, she just be drunk in love. There go Rich. Want to play? Everybody want to play today. Everybody, it's playtime up in here. It is play. You know what I will say? I would never want to be Beyonce famous. I would never want to be that famous. I would never want to be Will Smith, Tom Cruise famous. It's just the fishbowl is such a fishbowl that I would never. I would want to be a celebrity, but not that big. I want to be the person that y'all be like, y'all be like, y'all know me from something. I know you from something. I don't know what it is, but I want to be that person. Yeah.
So like you are now.
Well, yeah, but financially, I want to be like, you know me from something because you went to the movies to see me, or you know me from something because you saw the Netflix special, or you know me from something like you weren't you. I want to be the role on Blackish that everybody was like, yeah, you was on, but I wasn't Dion Cole. But I was there. I worked in the mail room in the agency. I was Chris Rock. I worked in the mail room. I want to be that person because I couldn't live up to the scrutiny that they have to live up to. So once again, we don't know if this is true about Beyonce. We don't know.
Right.
But I tell you,
is spilling that tea like it, like there's some validity to it.
I'll tell you, like 10 years ago, if you would have told me the most dangerous person to know your business is the bodyguard, it would have made total sense. Because look at Whitney Houston in the movie The Bodyguard. Who knew? Who knew the bodyguard was smashing in the movie? Who knew all this? Like Diddy's bodyguard is talking.
Yeah.
And then this bodyguard with Beyonce. Then all the rumors about the other bodyguard, the other security guard that's always with Beyonce. They got, I don't believe it, but they got all the alleged stuff and everything.
Yeah.
You got Kanye West, who fired the bodyguard that was running with Kim Kardashian because he had some issues with that situation. The bodyguard, man, listen, bodyguard knows it all. But speaking of Beyonce, we might as well continue on. Is that it, or did you have another one, Mo?
Well, I was just gonna talk about of course, Dwayne Wade's daughter, Zendaya, going to the prom.
Yeah. Was that
the prom? It was it looked like a prom-ish.
Winter ball?
Some type of dance, like a winter ball. And so of course, proud mama she is. Gabrielle Union always posts pictures of their daughter.
Well,
so of course the internet has been dragging because Bootsy badass. Bootsy always talking about. He feels like they're using him, and they talk about. He always talking about what he would do. Well, the internet's dragging him because his daughter just came out and said that she's part of the community, and so it's I'm waiting for him to waiting to see what he's going to post about this, but they're giving her a hard time every time she posts anything celebratory, celebrating the lifestyle choice that Zendaya has made. She gets a lot of ridicule and backlash. So, but big shout out to her for holding it down on the parenting front and not giving a damn about what people say. She still continues to post and celebrate. So that's all I
know. You talking about Gabrielle Union?
Yes. So people have been dragging her every time. They say that she is using this as they feel like she's using Zendaya's I guess choice, lifestyle choice as a propaganda. That's how they feel. A lot of the comments that I'm reading are, why do you continue to, I guess, perpetuate her lifestyle choice? But as a parent, as a parent, we all post our kids, we post their milestones, we post proms, we post all of these things. What's any different, I guess, would be my question.
My thing is that's not her child. And with the biological mom and the dad having, the mom has an issue with it. As stepmom, I would stay out of it. I would.
You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Because
you would not.
Yes, I would.
Not if you raising the kid. Not if you raise the kid. You're gonna celebrate them out. If you raise the kid, you're gonna celebrate. So you gonna say as a stepmom, you done raised the kid, but you're not gonna take part in the celebration of the proms and the birthdays and all that stuff. You're not gonna post those.
Celebrate it, but I don't have to post it. I can celebrate
like the biological mom is the only one that's not on board.
When the mom, who is the mom, is having all these issues with it and there's all this turmoil around it. No, I'm not going to add fuel to that fire, because as a mom myself, I don't want you doing my child like that. If there's some things going on with my child and I don't necessarily, and this is my child, this is not my adult child, this is my child that's still a child. No, I wouldn't post it. Now,
why wouldn't you post it? You wouldn't post you wouldn't post her birthday pictures?
No, I wouldn't. Not with that situation. Not with that situation.
So like you'll post the other kids' pictures, but their accomplishments, but you're not gonna post that person's nah.
When does she post the other kids?
She been posting.
Oh, she does. She posts her daughter all the time.
Yeah, her daughter. Exactly.
She posts her all the time. Her all the time.
Yes.
She also posts Zendaya, but the thing about that is Zendaya's already.
Why she don't post the baby that he had on her? That baby having milestones too.
She not raising that baby.
So
she very clear on that.
But he has other kids too, other than the baby he had on her. That's the point.
They posting the basketball. But they posting a basketball player. They posting his son that plays ball. I mean,
So I
if
think
you
the only
live in a
people she
house,
posts is who lives
Gabrielle,
there.
before
Yeah, she
Zendaya, and I hope I'm saying her name right, before
Yeah, I be shopping
Zendaya
it up.
became Zendaya, Gabrielle was on some shit with Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. I would not.
Before Dwayne Wade started dating Gabrielle Union, he was already on some shit with his ex-wife. So that's been a constant.
That is right. And he and his ex-wife had kids, and those are their kids. I'm not saying that Gabby doesn't. She's the stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
So I would stay out of that. I would support Z. I'm going to call her Baby Z. I would support her, but not like that when I know that it's adding fuel to a fire that's already burning. That just, you don't have to not support her. Now, if Z posts something, that's something
So
different.
that's the thing. Z does post post pictures. So it's not just Gabrielle just posting pictures of Z, and Z is not posting anything. But Z does post pictures, and so does Dwayne.
That's something different.
But I think the mom's problem, period, is that she is not accepting of Z's lifestyle and Z's choice to identify as a woman and as a young lady. That's the bigger picture.
Is it that she's not accepting that, or she's saying, hey, she needs to wait? We need to wait and let her.
Well, she's already said that she needs to wait
a
for
little
the
bit
sex
more
change
before they do the sex change. Not necessarily that
she said that, but she also does not agree. She doesn't think that Z understands, I guess, the ramifications of the decisions that she's saying that she wants to make in terms of who she identifies as. But certainly, definitely, she's saying that she should wait, of course, about the sex, the gender, the gender transition.
As which a parent would do.
Look.
I'm sorry. I left all y'all comments off. I'm sorry. I got lost. My bad.
Why do people get mad at the public for giving their opinion on a personal choice when the people are putting their personal choice in public? I've been saying this forever. Sky, all I'm going to say is everything ain't for the internet. I've been saying this forever. I said about disciplining your kid on the internet. Dwayne Wade told his son to play with balls, but he wasn't specific enough. I shouldn't even have read. I should have proofread that one. I totally agree with Shawnee. Let me tell you something. This is the bottom line, and this is what pisses me off. And keep Lady Q's comment on it. If Dwayne Wade says you can post it, if Dwayne Wade says you can post it, then that's his beef with his ex-wife. If these kids are living in this house, so everybody goes on at Gabrielle, and trust me, I'm not the biggest Gabrielle Union fan. I'm really not. Like, does she rub me the wrong way? Do I know her? No, I don't. I've never had any contact with her. But if the leader, little air quotes, of the household, the dad says you can post that shit, that ain't on her then. That ain't on her. You go handle your ex-wife because you know what's coming, right? Okay. So I'm not putting that on her. Dwayne Wade escapes on this stuff all the time. Nobody puts the pressure on.
They don't put the pressure on his neck. It's mostly on her because she is the one, I guess, the gatekeeper per se of the family when it comes to social media posts.
So the Q comment brought to you by Woke Up Inspired. Get all your merch at wokeupinspired.com. She posts all the kids except the break baby. The blogs only post what's her name? Zaya for the comments and the views and we already know that. But we already know that, but
because most of the time it is them as a family unit being posted at functions and at different things.
Sky says Dwayne Wade played with balls and Bootsy played with hoes, so they get it from the fathers. I got it, and I want to know the community and keep the comment when you start bringing Bootsy's daughter for being part of the community in. Are you any better than Bootsy?
What are we talking about?
Because the community is bringing Bootsy's daughter for being now she's a lesbian allegedly.
Yeah.
So aren't you kind of bringing her into a mix that I already know there are really no rules on this internet until y'all get mad. There ain't no rules. Everybody can do everything until y'all get mad. Y'all can do the same exact thing that Bootsy does to his daughter who's part of the community, and nobody can come at y'all, but you get mad when Bootsy. Okay, all right. I guess, whatever.
What
Lady
did Bootsy do to his daughter?
Well, she can't. Bootsy was dragging, of course, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, basically saying that things about Zaya. I'm gonna say Z too, because I done chopped this
Yeah, I
baby
don't
name up
know.
so many times. Saying things about Z, and so of course they're dragging him like, all right, now your daughter's come out publicly and said that she is part of the community. Now, what do you have to say?
So now they doing, they kind of now this child who ain't have nothing to do with y'all beef. Ain't had nothing to do with y'all beef. Now y'all want to drag her into the mix of things. So y'all kind of doing the same thing. I don't agree with Bootsy saying all this stuff about somebody's child and opinions, but once again, I can't disagree, because when you make it that public, then people have opinions. Lady Q with a Q comment says the mama chose not to accept, but she can't stop the support. And Z cannot have gender reassignment till 18, no matter what anybody says. And I agree. I don't think you should make that decision till you're 18. Honestly, I don't even think 18 is old enough, but that's our legal age. So that's legal age and everything like that. Listen, live your life. Live your life. And it's the top of the hour, y'all. It is 4 minutes after 8 on the East Coast, 4 minutes after 7 Central Standard Time, and it's super early on the West Coast. So you were talking about Beyonce.
Yes.
Do you want me to play it or no?
No, you don't have to play it. You don't have to play it. I mean, let's because we need the Beyonce video. We need the guy talking about Beyonce.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm gonna go into now. So you talked about Beyonce. Is a boy gay, a girl gay different? Come on, you're not gonna get us off the beaten. Come on,
Richard.
But I mean, but people do that. They do tend to be harder on boys that are gay instead of girls. But the thing with Z is a boy who decided to be a girl. I mean, transition.
This has nothing to do with sexual identity. This has to do with gender identity. Two different things, Richard.
So Sky said, I personally think the Wades planted the narrative in that child's character for relevance purposes. They know people will want to watch the baby for at least 10 to 20 years, long after they fall off. I don't know, Sky. I can't say you're wrong. Can't say you're right. I don't know. That's a valid point. Lady Q with a Q comment. Sexuality and gender are two different things. Sexuality and gender are two different things. Okay. I listen, people. It's too much for me. I do what you go get it. It gets too deep. It gets just ridiculous. Not ridiculous in a bad way in what people decide. It just goes so many different directions, and I'm just trying to get to this Beyonce story. That's all. I'm just trying to get to this. So
give us the Beyonce buzz.
So because Mo brought up Beyonce, there was a gentleman who made some comments about Beyonce misleading other women. And I thought it was interesting, and I want you guys to watch it, and then y'all tell me if you agree with the gentleman or you don't agree with the gentleman. Then, Shawnee, you let me know when you're ready.
She is probably one of the biggest con women ever. She tells y'all strong and independent. She tells you guys, all the single ladies, she tells you guys, I can have another you in a minute, blah, 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 blah. But guess what happened? She went ahead and married Jay-Z, who has a higher net worth than her, okay? When he cheated on her, she ain't going fucking nowhere, right? And she's still with him. So she tells you and sells you the lie of feminism and being single and you can replace him and all this other bullshit. Meanwhile, when it actually happened to her, she folded.
Well, I will let the ladies, Shawnee Scott, you've seen the video. I'll go to you first. Like, what's your comments on the video?
What do you want me to tell you about the video? What do you want me to say about the video?
It's going on all morning. It's going on all morning.
Wait, let me see your prescription.
I tried to tell her not to take.
Wait a minute now.
I tried to tell her not to take them drugs so late. I tried to tell her, I said, "Come on, girl, take this, pop that pill, pop it." She said, "Nah, I'm gonna pop it. I swear, I'm gonna pop it." Is he right or is he wrong?
I mean, I think that Yeah, she chose to stay in her stuff. She ain't walking away. Now, can she get another him in a minute? She could probably get another billionaire. Yeah. I mean,
Is
but I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. She's telling you to act this way, but that's not how she acting. You know, she doing what she got to do to keep her little situation going. So don't, be getting caught all up in her lyrics and then
And
lose
fans
your stuff.
covet, yeah, but
Mhm.
what you're saying, like fans covet Beyonce. So her lyrics are just not lyrics; they're anthems. People, I mean, go around. You in an argument with your man, I could have another you in a minute. Like,
Yeah.
to the left, get your shit, like get your shit and go to the left, to the left. All of those things, people really covet Beyonce. So I think that there is some validity to what he's saying.
now look at Rich trying to cape for Beyonce. He wrong. She's an entertainer. She don't even write all those songs. Well,
Nah, but I think it's a setup.
But
It's a
the
setup for
image.
the independent
Mm-hmm.
woman. I don't need no man, and and that's. I don't get me wrong. I like her songs. Yeah, they are anthems, and you get your little quirky sayings off of her, but you got to know the difference between real life and entertainment.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. That was, when that came out, it was a lot of women, and that it was a lot of women who were in
Well,
their
that's true. If
relationships.
you,
Like
yeah, if you
Beyonce
like
said,
it,
you ain't got no ring, put a
you better
ring
put a
on
ring
it.
on it. Yeah, you better put a ring on it.
Yeah.
That's what
So
you like.
Sky's comment is I'm a big B. Yeah. Her music is way better than a lot of those other female entertainers. And I get it. But she does. I mean, I wouldn't call her a con artist because I think
yeah, I think that that's far.
I think every
Oh
entertainer,
yeah, I think that's harsh.
I think every entertainer is a con artist in a way. I'm trying to con you into rocking with my wave. I'm trying to
Well, you're
get you.
selling. You're
Yeah,
selling something.
I'm selling a certain situation, and we're all
Well,
selling.
she doesn't push that though. Like in interviews, she doesn't say, "Oh, this is my thought." She just put the damn song out and keep it moving.
Random Rick
Right.
said that's on people's own dumbass choice to listen to some singer for advice in a song, but we do all the time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do all the time. We ain't nothing but followers. I've
Why
been
do you
saying
think they
this,
use what is it, music and jingles, like commercials?
but we ain't nothing but followers. The program is the brainwashing. The program is in there. Why we sing the same damn happy birthday song all the time for people's birthdays. James K. Look, I'm like this. What they do is their own business, what you want the whole world to know. But yet, when we comment on your business and wonder why you don't want you to say in your songs, then you want to be mad at the world. Just be you and stop spreading your business. I mean, okay. All right. I'm just gonna say this, and then we can go. I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying I've been saying that there's a war going on heterosexual relationships, and we feed right in. And it seems like black women and black men are the ones that are put at the forefront on how much we hate each other and how much everything is wrong and how much you don't need the other person. You got the passport boys who are promoting flying around the country, the world, I should say. And because the women in America, and they're talking about black women, the women in America are to this and to that and to this and to that. Then women are talking about, I don't even need a man to have a baby. All I got to do is I can go here and go there. Both are
Good
ignorant.
segue.
You said what?
Good segue.
Yeah. And you got women saying they don't need a man. But I'm telling you, this warfare is strategic to put a bigger divide between men and women. You can call it a conspiracy if you want. They want to make, I'm telling you, they want to make sure the minority in this country are heterosexual relationships. That does not mean I'm against any other form of relationship. So please don't push that agenda on me. But it's just so funny how every time, and we're guilty of it, we play these clips, it's either a woman ragging on a man or a group of men ragging on a woman, or it is what it is now. Yeah. And we're almost being brainwashed not to like each other.
Well, if
Now,
you go on TikTok, Mike, what you saying, if you go on TikTok or Instagram or any of these things, these sites, all you hear is men and women putting up their post about how what to expect out of a man, what a woman's supposed to do, and this ain't a real woman if she don't do these 5 things. This ain't a real man if he ain't doing these 5-10 things. Everybody has this whole man versus woman agenda.
and I'm sure in the white community it's going down. But as usual, the poster child of anything that's trending or anything that's getting tremendous views and likes and anything that's going viral always has somebody of color on as the poster child. We're the jingle masters. We're the ones who run. Trust me, there are white girls saying this about their white dudes too. But that's not the narrative for them, because at the end of the day, they still love songs. They still having their weddings and doing their and picking their songs for their wedding dance. They're still doing all that. But I'm telling, be careful, y'all. Be careful jumping in this and being like, because it's your natural innate nature to defend your gender. I know I shouldn't have said gender because y'all have turned that into a whole nother story. What is gender?
Mike.
What is this?
We get you.
But we start jumping on our as a man, you start jumping on your side from your perspective. So we have a clip. This is just to emphasize more. Now we have a clip of one particular woman saying, "I don't even need you to have a kid." Go ahead, play that clip, and you can hear how that gets intense. Oh, watch how that. I'm so used to being on radio. You can watch because it's a visual. Because that's why we in squares.
I understand the woman bring life. Y'all don't.
How do you get that life?
Go in the hospital and get a sperm donor. You don't need a man.
You still need a man.
You need a physical woman to bear a child for you.
And y'all need a physical sperm.
Where
does it come from?
That's for right now. Give it to
From a man. If a physical man didn't go to that hospital, it would not be there.
But you need a physical woman to have a child, bro.
That's somebody.
That's why gay men get a surrogate.
No,
they get physical women.
Women like you always try to eliminate men, and that's where the issue is. You just said you don't need a man.
You don't.
You don't want him. You want the potion that lives inside of his testicles.
I understand the woman bring life. Y'all don't.
How do you get?
Now, see, this is where it gets. This is where we've gone in 2023. You don't want him, and when guys get sensitive, is because, like you said, you always trying to eliminate the man out of this. So, but on the flip side, when a man eliminates himself, when you can have, now you want to have the baby without the man. But when the man eliminates himself and doesn't want to raise the kid with you, then he's a deadbeat. But when you say, in her mind, when she says, "I don't even need you," that's like an empowering statement. I can have this baby without you and do whatever. I'm telling you, they are putting everything they can. Now, 30 years ago, they used the welfare system to break up relationships. They used that in order for you to get a check from the state. You couldn't have a man in the house. Now it's social media that's being used.
This is sound crazy though.
I understand the woman bring life. Y'all don't.
How do you get that life?
Go in the hospital and get a sperm donor.
You look crazy. Sorry.
I'm sorry. As a single mom, I just hate the fact that I heard that comment of, "We don't want you, we don't need you, we just need the potion that's inside of you." I think just hearing that soundbite and that being something that I'm sorry, like that's disturbing, because what you saying is, I just need, like, just give me that so I can go ahead and have this baby and raise this baby as a single mother. I just don't think we were designed that way. We weren't designed that way. I'm sorry. And that is, to your point, Mike, another breakdown in the family structure.
I don't even know how she came to that, to say.
Yeah, when she said,
"You don't need the man," it's like, but where does it come from? You do need the man. The baby comes from the man. That's where it starts.
But I think the scary part is the formula that she's not the only one who thinks like that. She's not the only group of individuals who think like that. And the scary part is, now I've heard conversations with, "When you gonna have a baby?" and somebody says, well, I'm not with nobody right now. And then the other person says, so what? You can still have a baby.
Right.
And you go like, well,
right.
How about this? How about we both need each other? But the culture, society wants us to believe now that we don't both need each other. So what society has done is like, we both don't need each other. And guess what? We don't need those roles because those roles are bad now. You can't call a dad simply because he's a man. And there are people who say you can't call a woman a mom while she's pregnant. You can't, if you call her a mom, it's wrong. It's just a dissection of trying to make it that we forget how much we really need each other. Right. And we're so based on trying to figure out how wrong everything is with relationships. Nobody wants to remind us how good things are when you're in the proper relationship.
Let me tell you something. A two-family household.
Now we talking about Mr.
Shawnee, we can.
I'm sorry.
She get mad at me.
She gonna kick your ass. That was if you say one more thing, I'm gonna kick your ass.
But I can't hear you while the stuff is going on.
I'm just gonna say this. 2-parent households, I don't care what you say. Yes, is it doable with one person in the household raising a child? Right. Of course, if you have to. But why should that be the norm? That should be the exception to the rule. Like, if you have to, yes. If it must be done, yes, it can be done. But that should not be the golden standard on our households and our family makeup.
It absolutely, and that's where the funny thing is, we were critiqued and we were told how bad we were for single family homes, right? For years, everybody was like, they got statistics out here on the percentages of young men and how many go to jail when they don't have a father in the house. And the percentages are outrageous. So we were looked bad upon on that. Everybody was like, listen, look at how they're raising and they're bringing up their communities. Now it's turned into the trend. Right. Now it's turned into what you need them for.
Right.
And it's the scariest thing ever because I'm going like, Doug, I mean, once again, I don't know. I know a lot of women who had to do it on their own.
Right.
But for some reason, I haven't heard any woman say, you know what, this is the best. This is exactly how I planned it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I think that a woman's resilience, because I don't like when people say, oh, you're a strong woman, because that implies that you don't need anybody or you don't need anything or help. But I think a woman's resilience allows her to be a single mother and to get through it and muster through it and take care of her children. But just saying, and I'm not talking about financial, because there's a lot of women who are financially on top of the world and they decide to take on this single parent lifestyle and say, oh, I don't need a man. I'm just going to go and pretty much what those ladies said, have a child on my own, go to the sperm bank. But there's also a level of emotional support and then identity. Every child, I don't care how old they are, when they get to a certain point, they want to know, where does the other half of me come from? Who am I? Okay, so I don't have your eyes, Mom. So who eyes do I have?
Yeah, it's essential.
And so when you're talking about, those things, especially when you're raising a boy, there's things that I cannot teach my son.
Here goes Sky trying to.
I cannot teach my son. That yes, living in a 2-parent household, I think things will be different. Absolutely. So, making it the golden standard and not making this, out to be a thing where we celebrate single parents. It's a choice. If that's your choice, that's great. But I think that we need to do a deeper dive into what the ramifications are going to look like.
Yeah. And my homegirl, Sky, why you got to start this? Men started all the wars, slavery, and all racial discrimination groups. So if you want to take it all the way back, can we take it back to who started it first? Eve. All right, Mo, have a great.
I gotta go.
Eve started all of it.
Eve was disobedient. She ain't listen, and that's why we all in this mess.
We would have been perfectly fine if she was just minding her damn business. Just followed the lead. There you go, Mo. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Job said, is this only a black issue? I just said it's not a black issue. I just said what was promoted What gets promoted is minorities, and we're the ones who set trends. Maybe y'all should have a whitest of white person on the show for a different perspective sometimes. Yeah, we'll reach out to them. But I made that clear. I think there was a study saying kids with both parents or raised by dads are less likely to get in trouble with the law. Yeah, that was too. I just wish we would stop falling for the propaganda and stop going at each other. And somebody needs to remind us how good a good relationship can be, and how important it is. So you good over there, Shawnee?
Yeah, I'm good. But like that comment right there, that they say that about Black people, kids that had their dads is less problems. So I guess it's different for white folks because the Menendez tweet. We can go down the line of kids that had their mama and daddy, and they still,
of course,
did some crazy stuff. So I think you can only raise your kids. They're human beings. They're individuals. You can't control what decisions they make.
And unfortunately, like I said, the numbers aren't put out on social media about the white culture, about what goes on. Like what percentage of kids get in trouble if they're in a single parent household or whatever. Scott said men are shit starting liars. Damn. What she say about Adam? Adam didn't have no damn baby out his ribs, but he had her. I'm going by what y'all told me. I go, Scott, who hurt you? All right, y'all. Yo, I wish we had a phone line or somewhere. Wow, someone reported me already?
Damn.
Well, damn, what are y'all reporting Sky for? Adam didn't have no baby out his ribs. Men wrote the Bible. Listen, man, I thought God did. Like, y'all not gonna get me into this. Y'all not gonna get me.
I was trying to get your Jason Whitlock clip, but I don't know. It won't. I can't download it with Sierra. That was a good segue for that.
And we didn't get on the Memphis police man speaks out. Do you have the clip? Dan reported that quick. How did y'all report? That means somebody on here. Y'all really gonna report Sky for just having a do you know how many crazy comments y'all have put on here? And I'm not saying Sky's comments were crazy. Do you know how many comments have been put on here? Put that last comment up. I just want to know if you snitched on Sky. I bet it was a man who reported. I bet it wasn't Sky. See, that's the problem. I bet it wasn't. I bet you it wasn't. I just want to know which one of y'all snitched on Sky. Sky finger ain't got no ring on it. It's all like this is supposed to be a safe spot for us to give our opinions on things. Like, why are we doing this? Certain words trigger. I'm sure no one snitched Sky. Well, she's claiming they got reported already. So I hope it wasn't one of y'all. Like, come on, y'all. Because I mean, we're supposed to be, I'm telling you, this is supposed to be our safe spot. Like, if we went after we post the show, if something goes down, that's not us. That's somebody who got offended by watching the show on Media Room 360 YouTube. Leslie, good morning. Yeah, we way too lazy to. Why are we profiling now? We way too. I'm a black widow. Scott. Oh my God.
She's talking about the ring on her finger. Her husband.
Okay.
Yeah, her husband was murdered actually.
Yes, and prayers to you, Sky. You know you're always in our prayers. So Shabby, Sky. But what if it was a female who turned man?
Okay, the Memphis 5. Is that what we calling them now? The Memphis 5?
I don't know what they call it, Memphis 5. I'm exhausted already. All right, let's listen, man. The whole tragedy that happened in Memphis is turning into the shade room now. There are multiple.
This church of anybody can get it.
This is the church of anybody can get it.
But it's a safe spot. You can speak your mind.
You can speak your mind. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get your comment. This is why we do the show, so you guys can have a place to go. And you can't let this off at work. You can't let it off, in certain public places. So we give you a forum. We don't want anybody to get reported for saying, listen, people have said mean stuff to me, Shawnee, Jay Black, Sexy Mo. We had the one guy who came out with the racist comments. We didn't even block his comments. That's how much of a safe spot it is. Feel free to get it off your chest. That's why people going out here snapping now in America, because people can't get stuff off their chest. They gotta put everything and push everything down, and they can't give out their true emotions. So when they let it out, it gets let out in a unproductive way. This is a productive way right here, kind of. It's kind of a productive way to get that. So the Memphis police, the tragedy, and let's not forget, we're about to forget how much of a tragedy it is, because now the alleged story is that
it is. It's snowing here. Well, that's ice. That's ice. Yeah. What? I mean, I just heard all that noise, and I'm like, I shouldn't be hearing that noise up this high in the sky.
No, you probably should be hearing it more because you're getting the snow at a high velocity than the people you're getting it like pop, 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 pop. All right, guys. So anyway, allegedly one of the cops, the story is now that the individual that was murdered, super allegedly, I'm saying super allegedly right now, the word is that he was dealing with one of the officers' baby moms, or his baby mom, or his ex. Mm-hmm. And they're saying that was the reason why. It could be the reason why the gang mentality popped in and they went the 360 safe spot. Leslie, I'm trying. Thank you, Leslie, with the 360. So allegedly that could be what this was. That I should have got to that, so all three of us could have spoke on it. That this whole thing was triggered by the fact that somebody was messing with somebody, that the person who was killed, Tyree, right? Tyree that was killed and murdered. I shouldn't say killed, murdered, was messing with one of the officers' baby moms or exes. And I already see where this is going, y'all. I already see where this story is going into a bunch of, like I said, I'm not trying to go at the shade room, but shade room TMZ, that's what they're about to do. Loopy. It's ice. I'm out here in it. Jesus. Oh, my comments.
That's not funny, Richard. That's not even funny.
So anyway, and now they have another individual who says that he had a confrontation with the Scorpion Squad or the Scorpion Unit a few days before this even happened.
Yeah.
And now he's putting it out there that this is not a one-time situation, that this has happened before. There's somebody else who had a statement that they reported that this unit was reported and nothing was done. So I guess I'm just giving an opinion. This is not a fact, that it emboldened them to take it even further. Do you have the guy who said he had the confrontation? Yeah. Okay, here he is, y'all. Y'all watch it. Y'all tell me what y'all
Kitty says the same Scorpion unit stopped him January 3rd, 4 days before Nichols was pulled over.
I actually read it on the back of their vest. It said MPD Scorpion unit.
It was at this Marathon gas station at Ridgeway in Knight Arnold as he was catching a ride with a friend.
All I heard is freeze, get out the car. Put your MF hands up before I blow your heads off. Both of you, get out the car. So put your hands up. So I put my hands up, and one of the officers proceeded to come to the car, and he physically pulled me out by my shoulder with a gun no more than a foot away from my head.
He says the officers in unmarked cars would never say why they had been stopped. He took this picture of the stop. They eventually asked who the drugs belonged to.
I said, man, I just went across the street to get a pizza, and I'm on my way back to the house. He's like, well, who finna rap for this pound? I said, well, can we call my lawyer? And the officers, well, this ain't court, this ain't the time for a lawyer. I was like, man, I just came to get a pizza. So he was like, man, we just playing, it ain't a pound in a car. And he let me walk off.
He showed us his call log. He says he placed 2 phone calls to MPD's internal affairs to complain about the officers' forcefulness, but he says he still hasn't heard back. Then he saw the picture of the 5 officers fired in the Tyree Nichols case.
I was like, that's them. I said, that's crazy, that's them. I said, now they don't really hurt somebody. This could have been prevented if the internal affairs took action like I was asking them to do.
We asked Memphis police about the stop involving Cornell McKinney and are also waiting to hear back.
So did he really have a pound of weed in the car? I mean, I hate that he didn't.
No. Mm-mm. Nope, they just made that up. They just a gang. They were just a gang out there. Just a bunch of bullies.
Ah, man, is that TK Kirkman? You're stupid. I don't even, man. This is. I'm telling you, every time you know what? We're gonna have to talk about this early in the show because every time I ramp myself up, I say, all right, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. It's just mentally like I don't even know what to say anymore about this stuff.
It's I say depressing. More. I don't even like talking about because it's depressing to me. It's depressing. It's draining. It's just it don't even make sense. It makes you angry.
And then I feel like because me and Shawnee are talking on the phone, and I'll say stuff, and I'm like, should I really say that on the show? And I'm like, you know what? Or should I wait till the right moment to say it? But okay, I'll say this, y'all. This is a tragedy. This is disgusting. This is a murder. This is something that, yes, we should all be outraged about. But if this story is true that is alleged right now, and dude was messing with somebody's ex, or was it his ex or just his baby mom?
It was his kid's mom. They weren't even together. They weren't even together. They you know how two parents might not be agreeing on something. So my understanding was that was going on. There was some kind of disagreement, but they were not together. They were not in a relationship. They both had went on with their lives. But this guy worked at FedEx with the kid's mom, and apparently, a work relationship started, and he just, maybe he was jealous that somebody else was with her. I don't know, but I don't know. People like that, like the people like that.
All right, let me get my energy up. This is what I said to Shawnee yesterday. First, I want to repeat. This is a murder and everybody should be punished for it. But there's always, to me, I always try and look at it as a bigger picture. So a dude gets his boys and they run up on somebody who's messing with the mother of his child. Take the uniforms off. Take the uniforms off. They don't have uniforms. This exact thing happens. This would not be national news if it wasn't cops having those uniforms off. You know why? Because that shit happens all the time in how we live. We've heard that story a million times. A dude gets jealous. See, there's a bigger problem with the mentality of that we're okay with that happen. We're not okay, but we're numb to that because we've heard it happen so many times that somebody happens to start messing with somebody's baby mom and winds up catching all hell and could lose his life. That happens all the time, unfortunately. Same type of that took place with Benzino, sort of. But my thing is, there's a bigger problem in our community. It's just that now the national news has gotten a hold of it because there are cops that did it. But the scary part is that this goes down in the hood all the time. That dudes get jealous and do this type of savage act to somebody because they jealous. Just like Shawnee said. So when you take the police officers, when you take the uniforms off, what do we do about those situations? When do we change the culture that is not okay? Because people will tell.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
People will tell that story at the barbershop with vigor. They won't be sick. They won't be using words like disgrace. They'll be using a whole bunch of different adjectives to hype up the story. They'll be like, yo, they got him. And there will be people saying, he should have known better than to mess with his baby mom. He should have known better than to be up in that. See, there's a whole twisted culture, a whole twisted mentality that's going on. And the thing is, that's why I get mentally fatigued because we won't talk about that stuff. We get led into what we're supposed to talk about. That's what the media and social media does. They lead us right down the path. Once again, these officers should go to jail. It is a tragedy. It is disgusting. I don't even know what makes you think that this makes sense to do this to another person. but it doesn't make sense even if you don't have a police uniform on.
Right.
That's the scary part. You know how many women are running for their lives right now because the baby father who she's not with is a dangerous person. So she got to live her life in secret and relationships in secret. So if she happens to meet somebody, that person can wind up dead. That's a dysfunction. But see, that's a harder topic. Because now what we can say is we can use the police as the easy topic because we can all agree that that is hard. We can all agree that that is disgusting. But we can't all agree. And as many people who will say they agree, we can't all agree that there's some people who don't co-sign that activity. And if somebody went to his boys and said, yo, so-and-so is smashing my baby mom, I need y'all to come with me to go get at him.
But why do people do that? If your baby mama is with somebody else and y'all have moved, why? Why do you care?
No, you care because, and this is, see, but these are topics that go atop of the topics on top of topics on top of topics. Because a lot of us, and I say us because I don't want to say y'all. I'm not saying this is what I do, but I'll say y'all. A lot of y'all be leaving your baby mom and the mom leaves the baby dad, but y'all still be having little sessions. Y'all still be every once in a while, y'all still be going back for the get back. He drop off the kid and all of a sudden and then the dude is under this impression that this is more than I have some type of ownership of you, of you. And then when he finds out another dude who works at the job which was hidden, then this outrage, then he spazzes out and well, I'm not supposed to say spaz. Then he turns into this demon, and we co-sign this stuff. Like actually, and people really gonna get pissed off because they got pissed off on the podcast. I said this. What these, and I'm gonna repeat this, what these officers did, rappers brag about doing. I'm gonna let that sit there for you for a second.
They do, and that's what I'm saying. I think it's silly. Is I'll get out if you and your baby mama. I can't stand that term, but if y'all ain't
the mother
together,
of the children, yeah,
you ain't together. What is your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad that this woman moved on, or why are you mad that this man moved on? It's over.
Because the maturity level and the decency level is, we don't speak about the lack of decency, the lack of right and wrong. We just don't. We base everything on some type of ego and violent consequence for everything. Shawnee, it's called boy syndrome. Refuse to grow up. Real talk, Mike. Refuse to grow up. Refuse to understand that when it's over, but we play these little games. We play these little games where everybody goes back for a taste and everybody goes back for a taste.
But everybody will go back for a taste. Sometimes it happens. You break up with a person. Because when I break up with you, I break up with you. Ain't no going back. And I've been in that situation where I done broke up with somebody, but they can't get it through their mind. And that's not my problem.
And it works both ways.
And with her, I mean, we don't know if they were, based on the stories they're telling, they're saying that the two of them were not involved like that. So I just didn't understand why was he so upset that he had to get this?
Well, just think, and we are just speculating, y'all. We are just speculating. Just think, if you are part of this unit that is allowed to run amok all the time, you think you can control everything. And you think anybody in your life is going to abide by the same rules that I enforce when I'm in these streets with the uniform. That's when the uniform comes back in. True that baby mom, baby dad issues all the time because there's a sense of ownership just because they had a kid together. And it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
They did say that the man who was the aggressor, the guy, that there's a report of him beating up inmates. He was involved in a thing where they beat up the inmate in the jail. And nothing happened to him for that.
Scott says people with power always abuse their privileges. Police, celebrities, politicians, even your boss at work. I love my boss at work. I gotta tell you, they're good people. Training day shit. Yeah, it is. But I will say this, and then we're gonna close out so I can get my stuff ready. Calling these guys, these police officers, a gang seems to be very easy for America when they're black. And I'm just gonna say that. Because we've been saying this forever, that the biggest gang in America are and there are a lot of great police officers, y'all. That is what the shameful part of this. I've come across the majority of police officers that I have come across have been helpful and have come to my aid. Yeah, I've been harassed. Yeah, it happens. But the majority were good people. The only problem is when you have a small minority with that much power, it don't matter. Because when a small majority has that type of power, as you can see, it's been deadly in American history.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I can fortunately say I've never been harassed by the police. And black or white, male or female, no one has ever been rude to me. And I know it was sometimes I was dead wrong and they probably should have been a certain way with me. But ain't nobody ever, I've never had a bad police officer.
So obviously this story is not going away for a very, 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 very long time. And tomorrow when we get back on the show, we're going to have the Kanye comment. We're going to have Khalees talking about Nas and being a dad.
Are you going to have Khalees on the show?
Yeah, we're going to have Khalees on the show. Think about half and half of pigs. I meant how they act.
We're going to have Khalees on?
And we didn't even play. Look, I'm going to put a star next to the joints we didn't play. We didn't play Chad Ochocinco dropping gems on Shannon Sharp's podcast. We got in light of the Super Bowl coming soon, we're gonna have Kanye West drop some conspiracies on what he thinks happened when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. I said we'll have Khalees, and then we'll have a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of new stuff. That's just stuff we didn't get to today. What was Sky's last comment before we get out of here? What was that? On my children's father, he absolutely no win in my life. No win or no way in my life. Run me my child support. That's it. We hate each other. That MFer would have taken me to jail for life, not beat up my new dude. Okay, Scott. Scott, don't forget we got taping coming up in February. Need that studio audience. Make sure that studio audience is rammed up in there so I can make them giggle.
We're gonna have that conversation.
Okay.
Get her crunk, and I don't have a date yet. So.
Oh yeah, we ain't got a date yet. Scott. So don't get it because Shawnee needs. Today is Tuesday. I think Shawnee needs actually another week of chilling just to get back.
I don't have another week. Shit, we got to get stuff done because you got to get back down here.
Mm-hmm.
We got to make some plans, bro.
All right. She should not just call me bro. Anyway, let that be the last time. Great show, Tam Tam. Thank you, Tam Tam. Great show on your part for always supporting. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that and understand. There's only one thing in life that's guaranteed it will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. You fight for everything in life. Parking spots. You fight for views and likes. You fight for debates about LeBron James and Michael Jordan and who's the GOAT. Fight for your happiness. Never let anybody take it from you. It's Michael Shawn. It's Shawnee Scott. It's Sexy Mo. Jay Black will be back sometime next week, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts.